Super Smash Bros. Ultimate being a favorite. I used to like Brawl, but sadly, a demonic version of Pit was still watching me. But having two is good enough for me. However, there was this one copy of Ultimate that I found, and it was finally time I spoke about it. I was walking home from school one day with my best friend Paige. She usually comes after school to my house to play Ultimate. We were trying to unlock all the characters. Really, all we did was battle and take some screenshots of the game to have a good laugh. "Isn't that a copy of Brawl, Felicity?" she asked me, pointing to a disc on the side of the road. "It's probably scratched up, but I'll check anyways," I said to her and walked over to the disc on the road. Sure enough, it was a copy of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, but the CD had a red and white coloration instead of the normal white and blue. I turned it over to see it clear of damage. "Whoa, perfect condition, and a different coloration too," I said to her and showed her the disc. She was quite surprised too. We continued our walk back to my house, the disc still in hand. We soon arrived at my house, went into my room, and turned on the Wii. We took out my Super Smash Bros. Brawl disc and put it in its case. I had cleaned the copy we found before putting it in my Wii. Through the coloration of the game just seemed off, like it was a bit of a darker coloration, but it was probably the lighting in the room, so we just ignored it. The game had booted up, and Paige and I had gotten ready to test the game out. We both had our Wii remotes in hand, ready to play. The game was normal at this point, until we went to the character selection. Strangely, most of the unlockable characters I had were there, such as Wolf from Star Fox. "Cool, I've been trying to unlock Wolf," I said happily, though I didn't decide to play him yet. I selected my main brawler, Pit, and Paige had selected hers. That was Luigi. We began playing, but when we paused for a moment, I realized something was off about Pit and Luigi. "Is Pit frowning?" I asked myself. He had a sad look on his face in the game. Luigi looked the same. We never saw anything else about the game when Paige was over. She had to leave to go home soon after. I decided to play that game again after my homework and all that stuff. God, I wish I hadn't done that. I decided to brawl on classic mode because I loved that mode. I chose Pit as usual and began playing. First, I had to battle Luigi. I kinda liked battling my friend's character due to finding the character's weakness for the next time I battled them. The game began. I was at Luigi's mansion. The haunted house, however, looked like it was some kind of mini-murder scene. There were bloodstains on the walls of the mansion. Though, when I paused the game to take a closer look at the characters, Luigi, his eyes were, well, where they used to be, but were black with red tears stained on his face. Tears of blood. I quickly took a snapshot. I had to tell and show this to my friends. I had encountered an actually freaking creepypasta. I unpaused and continued the battle. When I hit Luigi, he yelled in pain. It was sickening. I had been hurting a favorite character to me and my friends. Though, when he attacked Pit, nothing happened. The next couple of hits he made noises that meant he was in great pain. I didn't want to hurt him, but it was like I couldn't stop playing. When I hit him for the final time, he didn't get launched over the edge. He simply fell to the ground like he had died. At the end of that battle, Pit's wings looked like they had a tint of gray to them. I was questioning why, but soon ignored it and was still thinking about the fact that I had actually murdered Luigi. The next battle began, and it was Marth and Ike, a team battle, another favorite of me and my friends. It's like the game knew what characters were favorites and wanted to torture them. Ike and Marth were worse than Luigi. They had the same black eyes with red tears like Luigi, but their swords were stained with blood. Their capes were bloody and torn too, and again, as they attacked, it did nothing to Pit. But when I attacked them, they screamed in pain, and just like Luigi at the end, they fell to the ground, all beaten. Pit's wings grew darker and darker after each and every battle. It made me sick, some of them. Fox and Wolf had their ears and tail torn off, blood-stained fur and clothes. Fox also had a bullet in his head. It was only until I had beaten the Star Fox crew when I noticed Pit's smile was getting bigger. The creepypasta-style smile. His wings were also a dark gray, and his clothes were stained with red. What had I been doing? The last battle was the worst. I almost got sick again because it was so gruesome. It was too gruesome for a T-rated game. Master Hand was mangled. Flesh peeling off the bone of his fingers, blood dripping from the wounds, and the white was stained with red blotches. What happened to him? Its HP was 666, and it went down to at least 50 damage at a time. And every attack he got more and more mangled. At the end of the battle, Master Hand screamed in pain and fell to the platform, splatting on it. Some of its fingers were bent ways it shouldn't have been, and it died right there. As the battle ended, the camera view went to Pit, who had pitch black wings, a big creepy smile on his face, and his clothes stained with the blood of the other Smash Bros I had killed. He also had those creepy eyes like the others. I felt like a monster, a murderer. He then spoke, in a voice that was much more dark than his normal voice. It was too creepy for him. Like what I done? Are you pleased? The game then flickered off. I took out the disc as fast as I could. The white on the disc had changed color, just like Pit's wings. The red coloring had now looked blood red, and only the creepy Pit in this monstrosity of a game was on the disc. I knew there was only one way to kill this demonic game. I took the disc, broke it in half, and went to the stove and threw the game in. It burned like it should have before I played it. Though I swear I feel like he is still watching me. Don't worry, I'm your guardian angel. I'll always be watching, through life and death. There's just random capitalization here like the SpongeBob meme. I just kind of ran with it.